You may be considering going for past life regression hypnosis. So you've looked at the pros and the cons, but maybe the big thing that's missing is what's it like. I received a comment from Vijay Surya Aditya, and he said, "Your regression sounds fascinating. Can you remember the sounds and smell of the place, the energy?" That is a great question, Vijay. And in fact, it's such a great question that it sent me back to the hypnotherapist. I haven't been for a hypnotherapy session in years. And so your question made me wonder, did I smell or hear? And what was it like? Hello, hello, hello. It's Carol Ann Chapman. I'm the author of When We Were Gods. It's a chronicle of my past life memories of Atlantis. So today I am going to show you snippets from that past life regression hypnosis session that I went to recently. To begin with, this is the hypnotherapist. Her name is Lynn. She's not in the view of the camera. The camera's just pointing on me, but you can hear her in the background.
Just be aware of the breath that flows in and out.
Now, I came to her not only because of Vijay's request, but also because I had a past life dream. You know that you can dream about past lives, right? It doesn't happen very often, but it's almost for sure a dream about a past life if you're wearing other clothes that are not of this time. And in that dream, I was wearing a bustle and I had my hair up, and I was definitely not wearing the kind of clothes I'm wearing now. So here is Lynn giving me the suggestions that will take me to reviewing what was that dream about.
Just go back into that dream. Go back into that dream as that young woman in the fancy dress with the bustle walking along.
Now notice, Lynn actually refers to sounds and feelings that I might have had in the dream, which will help me to be more easily hypnotized.
The feeling of the cloth of the dress as your legs move in the stepping.
In the dream, I was supposed to meet my husband, but he hadn't turned up where he said he was going to meet me. We were by the water. He had something to do with ships that had square sails and tall masts. And I was supposed to meet him like at the customs shed. So the customs shed is close to the water. And I am walking along in my bustle, which I notice it makes sort of, this is not about smells or sounds, but it does give you an idea of what it was like. Because I'm wearing a bustle, this is something I would have never known if I hadn't dreamt it or actually put a bustle on. So then as I walked forward, it would go bounce, bounce, bounce. It was a very nice dress. I was wearing a sort of light greenish, light blue with ruffles on it, and it had a high neck, and the sleeves were long, but there were all these frills along here. And then on the bustle, there were a whole bunch of frills. And you can see in these photos from Wikipedia the kind of frills that were on the back of my dress. And I was relatively well off and thought I looked pretty darn smart. In the dream, I was supposed to meet my husband, like I said, at this customs shed. So when I get there, he's not there. Now, he is a man who is tall and also very well dressed. And he had some kind of hat. It almost seemed like a top hat. He is not a captain of one of the ships, but it's like he's an owner, or else he's a banker, or in some way is involved with the finances of this ship. And this is what I had to say about what it was like there where I'm going to meet him. It smells really nice and fresh. There's seagulls. You can hear the lines clanking. I like all of those sounds, even though I'm so pompous and stuffy. I really enjoy the sunlight and the outdoors. Did you hear that? I said I like the sounds and the smells, even though I'm so pompous and stuffy. It turns out that I also am reliving the kind of person I was, and that was that I thought I was pretty darn special, and so I was pompous and prim and quite stuffy. Oh, and here I'm describing my house. So this gives you an idea of what it was like there. I have a nice house, some servants, a Victorian kind of a house. And actually this house was one of a number of houses sort of on a hill on this street. But you know, the Victorian houses often have a porch, and they often have these sort of curly cues on the woodwork. Now, what about the energy of this past life? The thing is, I am feeling distressed in the dream and also in this past life memory that I'm going through now with the hypnotherapist. And I don't feel comfortable that I'm feeling distressed. But this is the kind of energy I was dealing with. So because my husband's not at the custom shed where he said he'd be, I talked to the men there who I have dealt with before, and I asked them where do they think he is, and they say they think he's gone to one of the ships. So I go walking along on the sidewalk, and there's a sidewalk similar to the kind of sidewalks we have now, and I am looking for him, but I don't like walking on this sidewalk because I didn't expect that I was going to be walking, and the kind of shoes I have are silk shoes. So my feet hurt and I feel uncomfortable walking on this sidewalk. So therefore, in answer to your question, VJ, yes, I do. In the past life regression hypnosis, I am actually remembering the events of that past life as if I'm really there, because I'm actually remembering it. I'm even remembering that I'm a different kind of person, that my feet hurt, and that I'm angry with my husband. I have these feelings. It's not as if I'm watching myself, it's that I'm there in it. However, Lynn, the hypnotherapist, also reminds me that if I need to, I can pull out of the situation. I think she's concerned for me because I'm upset with my husband and we don't know if something is going to happen. Well, you can see that in a past life regression hypnosis, it's more like having a memory when you're hypnotized and you're pretty much in it. You smell, you hear, you feel the dress, you feel your emotions. And by the way, there is more to this hypnosis session, but in this video, I just want to address what was it like? How does it feel? Do I smell? Do I hear? Am I in it or not? And so you can see, yes, all of that. And also you get a sense of the energy that's involved. In my next video, I'm going to look at some of the images in that dream, such as the bustle, the Victorian home, and see if I can find the time, the place. I did mention earlier, but I said that I was in Boston. So I'm going to look up online just to verify some of the things I talked about, like my silk shoes and everything, to see if they all make sense for that time period, or what time period was it. So when I get that video made, I'm going to put it up here. And until I get that video made, I'm going to put up here the video on how you can tell if it's a past life dream. Because like I said, and that was the beginning of this, I went to the hypnotherapist because I had a dream about a past life. So great talking with you today, and see you in the next video. Toodaloo. Bye-bye.